James looked at Maya and then said, "Well, let's check out what they got for us." Maya grinned like a kid waking up to Christmas morning, seeing the mountain of presents waiting to be opened. The others began making their way to the storage boxes while James and Maya took their time. "If everyone finds the boxes, then it'll be easier for us to find which ones belong to us," Maya commented as she giggled at everyone's reaction. James nodded. The others were definitely unable to contain their eagerness to get better equipment. Though the two of them didn't rush towards the boxes, it wasn't like James didn't understand why they were so happy. The better items will allow them to be safer when exploring the world. Just guessing by how the branch manager made it sound like, the equipment was beyond what they could afford. As they reached the rows of boxes, several were already open, while the others were in the process of getting their bracelets scanned. He noticed that there was a plate attached to the box with his name on it, and next to his was the one for Maya. "I guess these two are ours," James pointed at the two boxes. Moving over to the box, Maya looked back at James. "I'm going to check out the inside," she said happily. "Have fun," James laughed, glad to see that Maya was happy. With what they had gone through for the past week, it was good to relax and enjoy themselves. Stepping to his storage box, he put his bracelet close to the scanner. It didn't take long before there was a hissing sound as the door popped open and slid to the side. It was initially dark, but then lights turned on to reveal the contents inside. It was like a private clothing store. On the walls were numerous armor sets, and there was also a dedicated area with dozens of weapons displayed. Some of the armors looked closer to what Sam from Mim's group would wear. It was a little bulky and heavy in appearance. The main difference was how it didn't appear to cover everything to allow for better mobility, while also increasing protection for the wearer. There was also an armor that was on the opposite end of the spectrum, only providing protection to critical places, but even then, likely lacking the ability to handle strong attacks. Out of curiosity, James walked over to the heavier armor. "Though I'm not fond of being weighed down, I may need to have something that could take a punch," James thought to himself. The armor came with a helmet that fully covered his face. James reached out to the helmet and took it off of the holder. Immediately, the weight of the helmet was felt. It wasn't heavy enough where his neck would hurt from having it on for long periods, but it was definitely weighed more than what he was used to since he didn't wear one. Putting it on, James's vision went black as the face covering blocked his vision. But this was solved when it was comfortably on his head, and James could see through the eye holes. Turning around, James said, "Surprisingly, it's not blocking my vision as much as I thought it would." He was pleasantly surprised by the outcome. Tilting his head side to side, James tested how it felt. The critical part was whether his neck would get tired after several days of wearing it. "It's also pretty cool too," James commented. "But this could be because the room is relatively cool already."